Hello viewers, welcome to Mother and Daughter Relationship Talk Show with me, your host, Mendy Manyerike. Today I am so excited because I'm joined by an amazing young woman. She's a chartered accountant and CFO. She's a gospel musician. Yes, I've said it. She's a gospel musician. She's a mentor and she's very passionate about the girl child and gender issues. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Rebecca Manford. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Mandy. I caught on the part that you said a young lady.
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much.
As women, we are
I will take the
young.
compliment.
We're forever young. You're always 16,
Absolutely.
as a woman. You never
it's all
get
in the
past
mind.
that. You never get past 16, no matter how old you get. So let's get straight into it. Our topic today is money over love, which is a very controversial topic, on social media streets. You find people just commenting sending all these controversial, sentiments about how to choose a spouse, what they expect from a spouse and things like that. So on this talk show, when we, relating to the relationship between a mother and her daughter, what sort of a conversation should a mother and daughter have with regards to money and love when it comes to, weighing the two?
Right.
What is the importance of having love in a relationship?
You know what, Mandy? I think love, as corny as it might sound,
Yes.
love is the foundation of any relationship, especially a romantic relationship.
That is true.
So when we're growing up as young women, I think our mothers have taught us a lot of things, how to cook, how to clean, how to do all those things. But I find that the conversation on the actual thing and topic of love is not something that we talk about.
That is
but
very
it's something
true.
that is so important because that is the fundamental, that is the foundation.
It is the foundation.
Right.
Indeed.
So love is very important. And as somebody who's been married before, I think that we downplay and underestimate the role that love plays. Because when you get into a relationship with someone, there's a lot of compromise, there's a lot of issues, even things like marriage comes with problems of its own.
That's true.
And if you have that foundation of love, then you've got a better chance of making it in that marriage, because a lot of things will come.
Okay, that's
so
very
you need a
interesting,
very,
actually.
very strong foundation, and that foundation is love.
Okay, that's actually very, very interesting. Can you define love in your own terms? What is love? Because you're saying love is the foundation. Love is what's going to make the marriage last longer. Define what love is in your own terms.
Love, like I said, I'll be corny.
It's still fine.
Love is that I can't eat, I can't breathe without you.
Okay.
Right? So that is even before we bring in money, we bring in family, we bring in other things that are going on in life. Love is just that mutual feeling that I have with my partner, that I care about you, I respect you, all those things. So it starts with the emotion and the mental. That is love.
I love the fact that you've highlighted respect. I love that you've indicated the aspect of mental and emotional, because I think a lot of young people just end up stuck on the emotional, and sometimes the relationships become very toxic, but still being defined as love.
Yes.
So do you think this conversation, you say that mothers are not really having these conversations about love in particular. Why do you think this discussion is not being heard in the modern day home?
I think the reason why maybe this conversation is not had is because the time that our mothers and our grandmothers were in relationships and what we see now as relationships are two totally different things.
Okay.
Relationships have evolved.
Can you go deeper in that?
Let me go deeper with that.
Don't just leave it there.
Then I will touch on this money aspect whilst we're at it.
Yes.
Because you find that, like, for example, when our parents got married, you find that maybe they even, they met maybe in a month or two, they were already getting married. So when they met, they went straight into courtship. Then they went into marriage. But these days, things are a bit different. We actually have the dynamic of dating. And people date for many different reasons. And people date for different periods of time.
Okay.
So where our parents did it in 2 months, these days you get people who've dated for 3 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah,
go
5
ahead.
years. I did 9 years.
Oh, really?
I did. You know,
That's interesting.
that's another story altogether.
Yeah.
But so the reasons why people even date these days are different. Some people do it just for companionship. Some people do it because they're trying to then move to courtship to build a relationship, then get into marriage.
Okay.
Then some people are just doing it for fun.
Okay.
There's so many reasons why people are dating.
While we're there, before you get to the money aspect,
Right.
How can we bridge the gap then? Because you're saying that our mothers skip the dating aspect.
They did. So we're trying
and-
to get advice from people who don't know about dating.
Exactly. So how are we going to bridge this gap? Because there is need for a clear communication between a mother and her daughter. Because it is said that there are certain things that even when a young person climbs on top of a tree, they cannot see that an older person can see while they're
Absolutely.
sitting down. So we cannot run away from the fact that there is a lot of information that we need to download from our mothers. So how
Absolutely.
do we bridge the gap? How do we, connect?
You know, like I'm happy we're having this conversation because as well, there's no right or wrong to what me and you are talking about. But I feel like it's an important conversation because it will start the conversations in society, in
Yes.
people's homes as they listen to some of the points and opinions that we have about this subject. So I think the best thing that needs to happen is dialogue. We need to learn from mothers, and mothers also need to learn from us.
I love that. Our mothers open
so we
to
need
learning.
like a mutual respect, all of us. They've got more experience.
Yes.
So, but I think it's we need to marry their experiences with others and with ours.
That's
and then if we
beautiful.
do that, then I think we can help each other and they can advise us better.
There's a question that I asked: are our mothers open to learning?
That's a
Are they open to learning to understand that you're just dating for fun?
you know, so it's very, very difficult. And I find that you're lucky if you've got a mother who's open-minded. I've had the privilege of having a mother who's so open-minded.
That's beautiful.
We talk about a lot of things. There's a lot of things also that she says, oh, okay, I didn't see it this way. I didn't see it that way. But I've also learned a lot from her. And before I touch on the money part,
Yes,
let me just talk about the relationship that I've had with my mother.
Perfect.
Concerning relationships and all that stuff. You know,
I think you can hold it right there. We'll
Okay.
pick it up right after the break. Stay tuned. So before the break, Rebecca, you were telling us about the relationship that you have with your mom. Take us through that.
Okay, so for me and my mom, she didn't, in a way, sit me down and talk to me about love. Per se, you know, she obviously, the obvious things, find someone who loves you, somebody who respects you, etc. You know, all those things, obviously, those are given. But a conversation that I think every mother should be having with their daughter, which is something that my mother did with me, is that she raised me to be my own person.
That's beautiful.
She drilled it into me that I need to go to school as a means to get my own life going, as a means to get my own money.
Oh, wow.
So that
And then we'll jump into the money.
so that by the time I get into a relationship, I'm not getting into that relationship because I have a need for money.
I love
Obviously, Maria Ifeaka Kwana. Obviously, I have standards. When I get into a relationship, I want to be with somebody who's going to upgrade me. Right? I'm just saying. So,
Okay.
but money is not going to be the thing that's going to drive me to be in that relationship.
I love that.
Yes. So that's a conversation I feel mothers should be having with their daughters about love and about relationships.
So while we're there, what is the importance of financial stability in a serious relationship?
Financial stability is very important. Just like I said before, love is a foundation, right? When we're building a house, there's a foundation.
Yes.
But after the foundation, we need the walls, so we need the bricks, we're going to need window panes, we're going to need the glasses, we're going to need the roof
All
and
the
stuff like that.
resources,
So
yeah.
all those resources come as respect, as patience, you know, all the characteristics that somebody needs to have in a relationship.
Yep.
And things like money. Money is also a resource and a currency that's needed.
That is true.
I will go back to the Bible. When God made Eve from Adam's rib, right? Until she came and then she was introduced to Adam.
Adam, yeah.
And then at some point, I think in the Bible, it talks about how they were going around in the garden and then he told her that that is the tree of knowledge and we're not supposed to eat fruit from there. But what was he doing? He was going around and showing her what he had. The
beautiful.
resources he had.
I love that.
Yes. So he was showing her around, this is what I have, what I have.
These are
God
the
said, be fruitful and
resources.
multiply.
Wow.
So he was showing her that I've got stuff. I'm going to provide.
Okay.
And then we follow the commandment to be fruitful and multiply.
I love the
So-
thing that you've highlighted the aspect of provision. I was having a discussion with one of my girls recently, and I was asking her, do you think the men of our generation are educated on the aspect that the duty of a man is to protect and provide?
Yes. I'm so traditional. I still believe that is how it should be. And I think Adam in the Bible, as the very first man, is a very good example of the role that a man should play.
Wow.
So Adam had stuff. And he impressed Eve
I love
with
that.
that stuff. She had nothing to worry about because everything was provided for.
provided.
So the only reason why now we are even having this conversation is because the dynamics of dating and relationships have changed.
Yeah.
When our parents got married, if you look at our parents' generation, most of the women were stay-at-home moms.
That's true.
I don't even think that they had a conversation with the husband. Kuti, are you going to pay the bills? Are you going to buy me clothes? That was just given. They did not have to need to have that conversation.
What you said brings me back to my question. My question said importance of financial stability.
Yes.
And I did not mention who is financially stable. I just said financial stability.
Right.
And is our mothers also like your mom? Are they? How many mothers are like your mom who empower their children, coming from the mindset yokuti vanamai vekare vaingoswera pamba, they just spend their time at home and
Yes.
baby minding, do the the
Yeah.
house chores and stuff like that. Coming from that mindset, how many mothers have managed to transition to understand that they also need to empower their children,
Right.
so that they're also financially stable and they're also bringing something to the table other than childbearing?
Yes. So like I say, even just relationship dynamics have changed and the position of the woman has changed in society. It has. Because now we also find that women can make their own money, women go to work, etc. So with that, it's so difficult because one day men are out there calling women slay queens.
Oh,
She
yeah.
wants to eat my money. Why should I buy her a weave? Why should I buy her? And then at the same time they say they want an empowered woman. Then they get the empowered woman, but they're threatened.
Exactly.
So it's a
Exactly.
bit tricky on how to balance that. But I will go back, Mandy, to the fact that I feel that a man should be a provider.
I love that.
And financial stability as a leader of even the relationship and the family needs to come from him. He needs to be stable. I think finances, because there's a lot of things that on social media, people flaunting their lives, people want to get rich quick scheme,
There's a lot of
ladies
pressure coming
wanting
from there.
stuff that they have not worked for, and people being lazy, women being lazy and just waiting for somebody to give them money. So I don't blame the fact that we're having this conversation and the importance of what weighs more,
outweighs
love
the other,
or money. But I think those are things that need to work hand in hand.
I love that is beautiful.
Love is the fundamental, but money is a resource. Not even about relationships, for life.
For life. Whether
For
you're
me to
in a
live,
marriage,
whether you're in a marriage, whether
it's an
whether you're
individual.
single, you need money.
I love
money
that.
is what we use to transact, to live, to eat, to put a roof over our head. Even even in the Bible, the wisest person, King Solomon, said that a lot of things are possible with money. So let's not give money a bad rap.
so-
money is necessary.
So we're saying, okay, let me put you on the spotlight here.
Yes.
We're saying there's a guy. He's not all dolled up. He's
Right.
not, but he's promising. He's got a few projects coming up. He's got a lot of things that he's working on, but he's not really yet there, right? Then there's a guy who is there. He's got it all figured out. What's your choice?
Let me tell you this. Sometimes I don't think it's about the the levels of money that somebody has.
I love that.
But it's what they're going to do with what they have and how generous they are with what they have. I could date somebody who has a salary of $100. You could also date somebody who gets $10,000. But muna no tambira 10,000 akupe dollar. You get what I'm saying? He's not going to do anything to take care of you as somebody you're in a relationship with.
Love that. Hold it right there. Viewers, we're having a blast over here. We're going to go for a break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Rebecca, you were just explaining to us your choice because I had asked you a very tricky question. Can you continue from where you left?
Right. So I was saying that as you mature as an older woman, you start to acknowledge and recognize a man and what he does for you and the heart behind what he's doing for you. So it should really, and for me it's not about the amount of money that he has, but it's what he is doing for me with what he has. So he can make $100, but from that $100, he's given me $2 to get my hair done. He's taken me on a picnic. We've had a date. So it's those things. What he's doing with that money.
I love that. Let's take it back to the home with the mother, right? So let's say we're having these scenarios on social media of people talking about Rora, the bills. We're saying, you know what, some of the amounts that people are asking for, like $30,000. It's just so much. And I'd like to believe that their mothers were also like involved in some of these matters about Rora and things like that. What do you think the expectation of families and mothers of nowadays are towards Mkwasha?
I think the main problem, Mandy, is that mararamiro atrukuita in Zimbabwe, everything is about money.
That is
so the reason why people even get married and pay lobola, Rora, is now different. It is supposed to be to build a relationship between the two families. It's not your chance to get rich or to make money, but because we're surviving in times where things are so hard, the moment that a daughter says, I'm getting married, the parents and especially the mother then feel like, this is my chance to get the money that I want to buy this and that. They a budget. So that's where I think some of the mothers are losing it. When I got married, let me tell you this. My mother said, you know what, it's not like tinemari or anything, but I don't want to do something shekuti mangwana tinonyara. Kuti the next family will be like, these people just wanted to make money from us and it strains relationships.
That's a lot of wisdom. That's a lot of wisdom, which I think a lot of mothers out there are really kind of lacking, because I've been hearing a lot of scenarios of some men who actually walk away from the Rora ceremony saying, I can't
becomes too much.
This. So what conversation should be there between the mother and her daughter? Because the daughter clearly, when a relationship gets to a point where people set a date for Rora and things like that, clearly there's love there. But when things get to that point that the Dari has set 30K for Mkwasha, and yet their daughter wants the Mkwasha, and Mkwasha says, I can't do this, I'm stepping out of this relationship. Obviously, money has become a barrier for this relationship. What do you think should be done? What do you think a mother as intervention of a mother, in this situation?
I think that when we were growing up, the way we were taught is different to the way a white man operates.
True.
In our culture, even if your mother was saying something to you or disciplining you, you couldn't look her straight into the eye because that's very rude. But then the white man comes, and to talk to a white man, you need to look him straight into the eye. So I think we need a renewal of minds and a transformation in the way we think, and we need to revise some things about our culture, because a lot of things we could never discuss with our mothers. It's even like how when you're getting married and there's some talks that your aunt gives you about the things that you're supposed to do when you get married. Why isn't your mother doing that? Let's change it. Let's change the narrative. Your mother should be doing that. And we should have an open, safe space to sit down with mama and say, Mama, you know what? This guy is coming to marry me. Actually, budget is $5,000. Mama, I really love this man. After we get married tomorrow, we want to start our home. We want to buy furniture and stuff like
There's
that.
Life after that.
So 10,000 yamurukutaura, you and Anabamkuru I squeeta mama. Is that okay? And mama should be in a position to understand her daughter as well and not be offended. So I think it's a mutual respect that mother and daughter needs to have for each other to be
love
able
that.
to talk about these things.
I love that. That is just a lot of wisdom over there. What about in a situation where the daughter is the one who is after the blessers? And the mom is trying to roll back her daughter. What words do you have, towards the young ladies who are putting money first? It's all over Instagram, it's all over.
It is. We see it
What
all the time.
What do you have to say to those young ladies who are putting money first, money over love?
Money is just it's a medium that this is my advice, this is my take on it. Money is just a medium that we use to do things. I did say it's important and I still stand with that.
It is.
But love is everlasting. Money, what do they say in Shona? Money muyenzi.
Money muyenzi. Yeah. And it is.
It is.
Yeah.
One season you'll be up, one season you'll be down. But I find that once you have the foundation of love, whether you're up or down, when money changes, when different things happen in your life, but if you have love, you can always work it out.
Do you think there's love in those relationships? Or those relationships where they say, love will come. Have you ever heard about it?
It
Love will come.
It might. Obviously, things are better when money is there. Even love, yeah, you know, when there's money,
it love,
right?
though, when the money is,
but it's conditional.
Because if it goes,
yes, because when the money goes, you're going to be looking for the next blesser.
Yeah,
you're going to be looking for the next blesser. And when the love goes, you're going to find your love getting less and less for your husband. So I would always just say, as much as we want a whole lot of things, I mean, I love things.
We all do.
But
all
love,
want the soft life.
We all want the soft life. But I still think that love is important. There is a place for love. Love is the foundation.
What about a scenario? We've got a scenario of mothers who are actually like pushing their children to prostitution.
Yes. I've seen that.
Yeah, in that situation, what's your take? Because that's still putting money first.
It's still putting money first. And that's unfortunate because our first port of call, even when we are young, the first thing that we eat, the first thing that you say, the first even manner, when you're being taught manners, you learn it from your mother.
You do.
So it is so unfortunate.
So sad.
So unfortunate if your mother is the one who is influencing you and pushing you to money instead of love.
Oh, wow. So in other words, you're saying that it starts from the mom.
It starts from the mom.
It's the duty of the mother to
the
instill the right.
And ends with the mother because our mothers influence everything. Like imagine, I won't mention your age, but at your age right now, I don't think there's anything really new that you're learning. What you learned are things when you were younger. You might not have understood them, but now you understand them. So you're applying them. So what your mother teaches you is so important.
I love that. Thank you very much, Rebecca. It's been amazing having you today. We have been enlightened. We've had a lot of fun, viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a nice day.